You know what very few people have ever heard? Your penis can have PTSD too. What's happening, everybody? I'm the Prostate Cancer Guy. And today we got to talk about one of the biggest lies men believe after prostate cancer, that erections are only mechanical. No, my brother. As the commercials say, you got to go get your own. That thing attached to your nervous system like a Bluetooth. Is this thing on? Is it on? Is it working? Which means if your mind panicking, your penis might just clock out early. And brothers do not handle that emotionally well. I mean, boy, we treat one weak erection like it's a national tragedy. Houston, we have a real problem here. You think a flag need to be lowered at half staff? Nobody prepares you for how mentally weird penile recovery is after prostate cancer. Nobody. I mean, the doctors try to explain nerves healing, circulation, rehab, pumps, medication, blood flow. But very few people, if anybody, will explain the psychological insanity men create afterwards. Boy, start monitoring yourself like a NASA launcher thing. Okay. All right, we're seeing slight movement at 7:42. Houston, we now have ignition. Bruh, relax. You got more surveillance equipment on your Johnson than the Pentagon. Man in the bathroom with supplements, blood flow tea, nitric oxide powder, a penis pump, prayer oil, magnesium glycinate, 3 YouTube videos playing, and Luther Vandross in the background trying to resurrect his morale. Won't you really love me, baby? No, it don't work that way. Your Johnson looking up at you like, man, all this pressure ain't helping me, man. And see, this is where we as men sabotage ourselves, because erections happen best during tranquilo, relaxation, parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. That's actually science. But we as men approach intimacy like it's a football combine. Brother, heart beating at 190 beats a minute, sweating, hydrating, stretching, pep talks in the mirror. You got this, soldier. You got this. Your penis in there like, why are we yelling? And that's why anxiety kills erections. Not just cancer, anxiety. A healthy man can lose an erection from stress, fear, embarrassment, distraction, insecurity of his own body. A text message can collapse the whole infrastructure. No, women say, we need to talk. 4 words of brother. And fellas never really want to hear because of the tone that comes with it. Blood flow immediately leaves your pelvis area. Body reroutes all circulation to survival mode, and your penis is evacuating like civilians during a hurricane. We got to get out of here. And men, we make it worse because we catastrophize everything. One bad night and suddenly, oh, it's over. It's over. It's all the way over. I'm finished. Pack it up. Come on, boy. Pack it up. We're done here. We're done. Your penis was off his game one time. One time. I mean, even professional athletes have slumps. I mean, Steph Curry do miss a shot every once in a while. LeBron James will lose a game occasionally. And your Johnson had a rough quarter. That don't mean the game over. That don't mean the franchise needs to start relocating. But, we as men, we get dramatic. As much as we call women being dramatic, we can get dramatic on the inside on a lot of stuff. That one incomplete erection, and immediately you start Googling ancient Peruvian goat root discovered by monks. And now you're online buying Rhino XL, Kangaroo Thunder, Platinum Cobra Honey, supplements made in a bathtub somewhere in Bulgaria. Brother, the package got a dragon smoking lightning on a label. That is not FDA approved. If the pill looked like it came from Mortal Kombat finishing movie, leave it the hell alone. And social media done destroyed men mentally, I think. Every dude online pretending he permanently ready. Boy, be 58 years old talking about, I'm alpha. Bruh, you make a noise every time you sit down. Your knees crack like a deck of cards or sound like microwave popcorn. Bruh, let's step into reality, okay? And these fake internet gurus don't help. Every other video, never lose your erection again. I use this, and this helps me think right, feel right, flow right. No, that's bullshit. And you spend your money on some bullshit. Then the dude is in the thumbnail standing shirtless holding a cucumber in the lightning bolt. Be like me. What kind of erectile dysfunction super ass hero commercials is this shit? And the comments are always like, worse, bro, just eat raw elk testicles under a full moon. What? Man, shut your medieval time ass up. But let's get serious for a second. Fear changes the nervous system, and that's real, especially after prostate cancer treatment, because now intimacy becomes emotionally kind of backloaded. So before cancer, you was just naked. After cancer, you conducting an emotional hostage negotiation. Now your brain is monitoring performance, not like Jeff Goldblum, performance, yes, timing, firmness. We've got to make sure firmness is where it should be. Yeah, responses, sensation, embarrassment. We've got to avoid embarrassment. Well, you're doing data analysis during foreplay. That ain't romance. That's quarterly earning reports. And the more pressure you apply, the worse it gets, because erections don't like fear. Your Johnson basically is think of your Johnson as a very shy employee. The more the manager stares at him, the less productive he becomes. And this is where the deeper conversation starts. A lot of men attach masculinity entirely to their sexual performance, which means if the erections struggle, their identity struggles. That's heavy. My uncle, when he told me about dealing with prostate cancer, and I only discovered that after I had it, he was like, yeah, first thing you got to decide, do you want to live or you want to die? I kind of like how my Uncle Robert put it. You want to live, you want to die. That's the first thing you need to decide. Because if you say, I'd rather die than than have anything done to my Johnson, then believe me, that option is available for your dumb ass, okay? It's like, as heavy as it is, remember, we're having recovery challenges. Now becomes, I am broken. That's dangerous language, because the body hears that too. Again, not magic, psychology. Identity affects behavior. Hopeless men stop trying. Hopeful men rehab. Hopeless men isolate. Hopeful men adapt. Hopeless men surrender. Hopeful men experiment. See, that matters. Another thing nobody discusses, a relaxed emotional environment, it helps. Feeling emotionally safe helps. Feeling accepted helps. Feeling humor helps. That's why laughing with somebody you can trust can literally improve your intimacy. When me and my partner when I was going through the worst part of my recovery, and I wouldn't recover like I would want to, we would call it Little Daryl. Little Daryl ain't waking up today. Nah, Little Daryl ain't gonna make it today. And it became a joke, so it took away some of the stress that was associated with it. And that helped me with recovering with humor. There were sometimes a Little Daryl stood up and like, oh, Little Daryl is Big Daryl today. And sometimes he was Medium Daryl. I'm just keeping it real. Right now he's I'll be damn, I didn't know you had all that, Daryl. Now he there because I've had time to have positive reinforcement in my body and in my recovery that allows me to do things now that I'm starting to mimic what I used to do before I had cancer. And it's a wonderful feeling, seriously. But meanwhile, some men out here dating women that turn intimacy into a performance review. Ooh. And I'll tell you, boys, and I hear stories of these folks is brutal out in these streets, boy. Boy, pull his pants down and immediately feel like he interviewing for a management position. The woman sitting there with crossed arms. We'll see what you brought to the table. What do you bring? How much do you bring to the table? Brother, nervous system immediately hit DEFCON 5. Penis filing complaints. And can we talk about the penis pump for a second? Nobody prepares you psychologically for that damn thing. Well, first of all, it feels like you're assembling farm equipment, right? Instruction got 47 diagrams, written in Japanese, okay, and French and Spanish. Fortunately, I can read Spanish. That's the only reason I can put mine together. It's got diagrams, a tube, pressure gauge, a valve, cylinder. You sitting there looking at like, why my recovery got a side missions, And then you pump too hard one time and suddenly your penis gets confused like it owes money to somebody. But scientifically, penile rehab really matters. Blood flow matters. Oxygenation matters, Tissue health matters. And that's real medicine, which is why I keep saying this ain't about pretending biology doesn't exist. It's about understanding that mindset affects whether men stay engaged in the recovery process. That's the key. Another proverb says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Again, not church, observation. Because eventually men become whatever internal story they repeat long enough. That's why some men recover and rebuild confidence, while others emotionally fossilize. It's not because one man is tougher than the other. It's because one man started adapting while the other started waving a white flag, surrender. Because it goes that deep. And fellas, stop comparing yourself to porn. Oh my God. Porn got men out here thinking erection's supposed to behave like Marvel superheroes. That ain't real life. First of all, these dudes on these websites, these porn sites, they are exceptional human beings in the first place. Ain't nobody walking around with 16 inches of leftover meatloaf regularly. I mean, for real. You take the freakiest human beings on the human spectrum and you compare yourself to that? Bruh, stop it. And women, y'all, you know what? I'm not even going to get into that. I let old women teach young women. I'm going to stay with the fellas. I'm going to stay in my lane, okay? But, you shouldn't put your man through that. Whether you're in a hetero or homosexual relation, you shouldn't put your man through that. Just keeping it real. But see, real life has stress, fatigue, healing nerves following prostate cancer, medication that you can have bad reactions to, emotions, blood pressure spikes, trauma. You're older. Hell, I'm going to be 59 this year, okay? I can't act like I'm 22. What I could do at 22, I'm not supposed to be able to do at 22 unless I was on a plant-based diet the whole time. Then I could possibly do what I did at 22, but I didn't have that benefit because I didn't have that information. Then you got sleep deprivation, and real erections are biological, not cinematic. Your Johnson ain't supposed to perform like it signed a Netflix contract. And maybe that's the real lesson after prostate cancer. Your body is not a machine. It's a living nervous system. And healing requires more than mechanics. It requires patience, blood flow, rehab, movement, damn show laughter with a hell of a sense of humor. That's why I do this channel. Emotional safety, which is another reason why I do this channel. Consistency and learning how to stop terrorizing yourself psychologically. Because some men ain't losing erections from lack of masculinity. They losing erections because their nervous system has been in survival mode since the diagnosis. That's human. And healing starts the moment a man finally stops treating intimacy like a courtroom trial. Will the defendant rise? You can't exist like that, fellas. Next episode, we bring the whole thing home. Stop cursing yourself. We're talking internal language, identity reconstruction, affirmation versus delusion, rebuilding confidence, emotional rehabilitation, and why speaking life only works if you also do the work. Because faith without works is dead, right? I heard that somewhere. I'm just saying.